You've been told your entire life that cheese is a wholesome, comforting and nourishing food, a staple that provides essential calcium and protein. But here is the stark truth that no one in the dairy aisle will ever say out loud. Once you pass the age of 60, your body's relationship with food changes dramatically, and the wrong choice of cheese can quietly and insidiously double your risk of a heart attack, raise your probability of having a stroke by up to 80%, and significantly slash your chances of living a long, healthy and independent life. The most alarming part of this is that the vast majority of seniors are consuming these dangerously risky cheeses regularly, completely unaware of the silent damage they are causing to their arteries, kidneys and overall vitality. However, it's not all bad news. This story has another side. While some cheeses act as hidden saboteurs, loading your system with inflammation and harmful chemicals, others are nothing short of powerful, undiscovered superfoods. These beneficial, life-supporting cheeses can actively strengthen your bones against osteoporosis, protect your arteries from dangerous plaque calcification, improve your digestive health, and even help you maintain crucial muscle mass to prevent age-related weakness, a condition known as sarcopenia. In this vital video, we will pull back the curtain and expose the 4 worst cheeses you must banish from your diet after 60, and we will reveal in detail the 4 best cheeses you should seriously consider incorporating into your daily meals to stay mobile, mentally sharp, independent, and vibrant throughout your golden years. Let's begin with the worst cheeses you need to push off your plate immediately, starting with the deceptively simple processed cheese slice. These bright, conveniently wrapped slices are a far cry from real cheese. In fact, less than half of what you're eating is actual dairy product. The remainder is a sophisticated cocktail of emulsifiers, artificial colors, preservatives, and most worryingly, phosphates that your body was never designed to process efficiently. Consider the sodium content alone. Just 2 of these slices can pack over 600 milligrams of sodium, which is already a quarter of your daily safe limit. But the problem isn't just the quantity, it's the form. Much of this sodium comes as sodium phosphate, which studies show is far more damaging to your vascular system than regular table salt, accelerating kidney decline, increasing the risk of arterial stiffness, and literally speeding up the aging process of your blood vessels and skin. Furthermore, emulsifiers like polysorbate 80 are added for texture, but they are linked to severe gut microbiome disruption and a condition known as leaky gut, which can trigger body-wide inflammation that directly worsens arthritis, joint pain, and even cognitive decline. Add in artificial dyes linked to allergies and hidden trans fats that raise bad cholesterol, and you have a toxic cocktail disguised as a harmless dairy product. For seniors over 60, avoiding these is not a dietary suggestion, it is an absolute necessity for preserving long-term health. If you thought processed cheese slices were the pinnacle of unhealthy dairy, then cheese spreads in jars represent a deeper level of industrial food processing. The very fact that these products can sit on a grocery store shelf for months or even years without any refrigeration should be the biggest red flag possible. Real cheese is a living food, it changes, and eventually spoils. A cheese that never spoils is not cheese, it's a chemical construction designed for longevity, not nutrition. What you find inside that jar is typically a mixture of modified starches, unhealthy oils, and a long list of chemical additives that have stripped away nearly every single nutritional benefit that real cheese offers. To maintain their soft, spreadable texture, manufacturers load them with artificial fats and stabilizers. Many still contain partially hydrogenated oils, the primary source of artificial trans fats that are so destructive to cardiovascular health they have been banned in many countries. Even the so-called trans fat-free versions often use intrusified fats, which early research suggests may be just as harmful to your heart and metabolism. Beyond the fats, they are layered with excessive sodium, often exceeding 500 milligrams in just a small 2-teaspoon serving. And that sodium isn't just from salt, it's embedded in preservatives and flavor enhancers like MSG, which can be listed as yeast extract or natural flavors on the label, and can trigger headaches, palpitations, and anxiety in sensitive individuals. Perhaps most disturbingly, hormone-disrupting chemicals like phthalates can leach from the plastic packaging of the jar lid directly into the fatty spread itself. When you combine these unhealthy fats, excessive sodium, chemical additives, and packaging toxins, you are not eating cheese. You are consuming a toxic cocktail that quietly overloads your cardiovascular system, disrupts your hormonal balance, and promotes chronic inflammation throughout your body. Another cheese that many people buy without a second thought, purely for the sake of convenience, is pre-shredded cheese in bags. What you gain in saved time, you lose significantly in quality and health. To prevent the individual shreds from clumping together into a solid mass inside the bag, manufacturers coat them in anti-caking agents. The most common of these is cellulose, which is essentially powdered wood pulp, or sometimes potato starch. While cellulose is not toxic, it is completely indigestible by the human body. For seniors, especially those with sensitive digestion, IBS, or weaker digestive systems, these additives can cause significant bloating, discomfort, and can even interfere with how well your body absorbs the nutrients from the cheese itself. But the problems don't stop there. Most pre-shredded cheeses also contain natamycin, an antifungal agent that prevents mold growth. While regulated as safe, natamycin is technically an antibiotic. Over time, regular consumption can disrupt your delicate gut microbiome, which is the foundation of your immune system, your digestion, and even your mood. A disrupted microbiome means you are more vulnerable to infections and have higher levels of systemic inflammation, two things seniors simply cannot afford. Furthermore, pre-shredded cheese is often made from lower quality milk, and the shredding process itself exposes a much larger surface area to air, leading to faster oxidation and the loss of precious nutrients. There is also a higher risk of bacterial contamination, such as listeria, due to the extensive handling and processing involved. That bag of shredded cheese may save you a few minutes in the kitchen, but it comes with an invisible cost of anti-caking chemicals, antifungal antibiotics, lower nutritional value, and contamination risks. For a senior prioritizing health, it is always better to buy a block of real cheese and shred it fresh at home. The number one worst cheese, and the single most dangerous cheese you can consume after the age of 60, is blue cheese. It has a reputation for being elegant and gourmet, often featured on fancy cheese boards, but for a senior body, it is a perfect storm of hidden dangers that target your greatest vulnerabilities. The first and most immediate danger is tyramine, a compound produced during the protein breakdown in aged cheeses. In younger individuals, the body can usually metabolize tyramine without issue, but in seniors, it can cause sudden dangerous spikes in blood pressure. For anyone on common medications like MAO inhibitors, often prescribed for depression or Parkinson's disease, consuming blue cheese can trigger a hypertensive crisis, a medical emergency where blood pressure rises to levels high enough to cause a stroke or heart attack. Even without those medications, sensitive individuals can experience severe migraines, dizziness, and pounding headaches. The second major danger comes from the very thing that gives blue cheese its identity, the mold. The characteristic blue veins are created by Penicillium roqueforti, a mold deliberately introduced during production. While generally safe in small occasional amounts for a healthy person, this mold produces low levels of mycotoxins. For seniors whose immune systems and detoxification organs like the liver are already weaker, these mycotoxins can accumulate over time, leading to increased systemic inflammation, chronic fatigue, brain fog, and worsened joint pain. Third, blue cheese contains some of the highest levels of histamines of any cheese. For seniors with any degree of histamine intolerance, this can trigger a cascade of symptoms including debilitating headaches, skin flare-ups like hives or rashes, digestive distress, and even restlessness and insomnia. Finally, it is exceptionally high in sodium and contains inflammatory saturated fats, which further strain your cardiovascular system. The risks associated with blue cheese, from tyramine and mold toxins to histamines and sodium, are so significant that they completely overshadow any minimal nutritional benefits it might offer. This is the one cheese that seniors should eliminate from their diets completely and without exception. Now that we have exposed the dangerous cheeses that silently harm your heart, joints, and energy levels, it is time to flip the script and explore the incredible health benefits offered by the right kinds of cheese. Let's begin with aged Gouda. Unlike most foods that degrade over time, Gouda becomes more powerful and nutritionally dense the longer it ages. Once it has matured for at least 18 months, it undergoes a remarkable transformation from a simple dairy product into what many researchers now consider a functional superfood. The aging process breaks down its complex proteins into smaller, pre-digested fragments called peptides. This is a game-changer for seniors, whose digestive systems naturally become less efficient at breaking down protein. Aged Gouda delivers these essential building blocks for muscle repair and tissue maintenance in a form that is incredibly easy to absorb, minimizing bloating and discomfort. But its superstar nutrient is vitamin K2. Aged Gouda is one of the richest dietary sources of this vital vitamin. Think of vitamin K2 as a traffic director for calcium in your body. Without sufficient K2, calcium can end up in the wrong places, like your artery walls, where it causes hardening and dramatically increases cardiovascular risk. Vitamin K2 actively directs calcium away from your arteries and into your bones where it belongs. This 1-2 punch of reducing arterial calcification while simultaneously strengthening your skeleton is invaluable for longevity. Just 1 ounce of aged Gouda provides a substantial amount of your daily K2 needs. It also contains beneficial compounds like conjugated linoleic acid, CLA, for immune support and postbiotics that nourish your gut health. Because most of the lactose is broken down during its long aging process, it is also typically well tolerated by those with lactose sensitivity. To get the maximum benefit, let it come to room temperature before eating, and enjoy a 1-ounce serving with apple slices or whole grain crackers. Another phenomenal cheese for senior health is authentic Parmesan, specifically Parmigiano Reggiano. It is crucial to distinguish the real, traditionally crafted Italian cheese, aged for up to 36 months, from the powdered, shelf-stable imitations filled with anti-caking agents. Real Parmigiano Reggiano is a nutritional masterpiece, essentially an edible multivitamin. It is packed with protein, about 10 grams per ounce, but its magic lies in the bioavailability of that protein.
The extended aging process pre-digests the proteins into amino acids and small peptides, meaning your body can absorb them with minimal effort. This provides a highly efficient source of fuel for muscle repair and collagen production without straining your digestion. Its calcium content is another major benefit. While a glass of milk has poor calcium absorption, sometimes as low as 30%, Parmesan has a perfect natural ratio of calcium, phosphorus and magnesium, resulting in nearly 100% bioavailability of its calcium. This means the 330 milligrams of calcium in a single ounce is efficiently directed into strengthening your bones. Beyond the physical benefits, Parmesan contains unique compounds like casomorphins, which can have a calming effect and promote better sleep, and the amino acid tyrosine, which your brain uses to create neurotransmitters that keep you alert and focused. It is also virtually lactose-free, and its beneficial bacteria can support a healthy gut microbiome. For the best results, break it into small chunks to preserve its crystalline texture and enjoy a 1-ounce serving after meals. Moving on, grass-fed raw cheddar is a cheese that stands in a league of its own. The standard mass-produced orange cheddar found in most supermarkets cannot compare to the nutritional profile of cheddar made from the raw milk of grass-fed cows and aged for a minimum of 60 days. This process ensures any harmful bacteria are eliminated while preserving all the beneficial enzymes and nutrients. The grass-fed origin is key. It results in a cheese with up to 500% more conjugated linoleic acid, CLA, a fatty acid shown to help reduce body fat and fight inflammation, and significantly higher levels of anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids. It is also rich in fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E and K2 in its most potent form, known as MK4. This form of vitamin K2 is exceptionally powerful at scavenging calcium from your arteries and shuttling it into your bone matrix. Furthermore, because it is made from raw milk, it retains natural probiotics and digestive enzymes that are destroyed during pasteurization. These probiotics support a healthy gut lining, produce anti-inflammatory compounds, and strengthen the gut-brain axis, which influences mood and cognitive function. To preserve these delicate probiotics and enzymes, it's best not to overheat it. Enjoy it at room temperature or gently melted, and pair it with fermented vegetables like sauerkraut to create a powerful probiotic synergy. A daily serving of about 1.5 to 2 ounces is sufficient to reap these profound benefits. Finally, we come to what may be the ultimate senior-friendly cheese, authentic Swiss Gruyere. This alpine cheese, crafted from the raw milk of pastured cows and fermented with unique probionic bacteria, is a complete nutritional ally for longevity. These special bacteria do more than just create the cheese's characteristic holes. They produce probionic acid, a compound linked to lower inflammation and reduced cholesterol, and they generate remarkable levels of vitamin B12, crucial for nerve health and combating fatigue. One of Gruyère's most extraordinary attributes is its ability to boost your body's production of glutathione. Known as the body's master antioxidant, glutathione is essential for cellular detoxification, immune function, and fighting oxidative stress. As we age, our natural glutathione levels plummet, but Gruyère's specific profile of amino acids, particularly cysteine and glycine, provides the raw materials your body needs to replenish it. This means stronger cellular protection for your brain, heart, and joints. Like the other best cheeses, its proteins are pre-digested through aging, making them exceptionally easy for your body to use for maintaining muscle mass and energy, directly combating sarcopenia. Research has even suggested that seniors who consume Gruyère regularly maintain muscle mass more effectively. Furthermore, the fermentation process creates lactotripeptides, which have been shown to naturally help lower blood pressure. To enjoy it safely and get the full benefits, eat it gently melted or at room temperature, and pair it with fiber-rich foods like vegetables or whole grains. A serving of 1 to 1.5 ounces per day is a powerful investment in your health. In conclusion, the narrative that all cheese is created equal is a dangerous oversimplification, especially after the age of 60. The evidence is clear. Your choice at the dairy counter can have profound consequences. On one hand, you have the hazardous cheeses, the processed slices, the jarred spreads, the pre-shredded bags, and the dangerous blue cheeses that act as hidden saboteurs, loading your body with chemicals, harmful fats, and inflammatory compounds that chip away at your heart, kidneys, and cognitive health. On the other hand, you have the superfood cheeses, the aged Gouda, the authentic Parmesan, the grass-fed raw cheddar, and the Swiss Gruyere that work in harmony with your body. These cheeses provide highly bioavailable protein for muscle preservation, direct calcium to your bones while protecting your arteries, deliver essential vitamins and antioxidants, and support a healthy gut and a calm mind. The lesson is simple yet powerful. After 60, cheese is not merely a food, it is a strategic choice. By consciously eliminating the dangerous options and embracing the beneficial ones, you are not just eating, you are actively building a foundation for strength, mental sharpness, and enduring independence. The power to influence your health in your golden years lies squarely on your plate, and it starts with making informed, deliberate choices every single day.